Hi, I'm Suzanne Cherry. I thought that I would spend a few minutes with you while I have my evening cup of tea. It's one of my favorite things, and having conversation over a cup of tea seemed like a natural to me. So, I'm Suzanne Cherry. I'm 53 years old, and for a day job, I am an office manager at a large United Methodist church in Gold Canyon, Arizona. I live in Mesa, Arizona on a piece of property I bought back in 2006 when I was a struggling single mom. It's about a quarter of an acre with an older modular home on it, and I really like it. It was what I could afford at the time, and it has a lot of potential. And as I can, we update it and we try to improve on it. It is a situation that I've changed. I'm no longer a single mom. I'm not going to say I'm not struggling, but I'm not a single mom anymore because back in September I got married to my best friend, Bill, who I've known for 20 years. And it came as quite a surprise, actually, when we got together and discovered that we wanted to be a couple. And it's been a wonderful change in my life. I have 3 children. My oldest is Betsy. She's 23, and she just graduated with her master's in education from ASU. And she got a job mid-year at a low-income school in Glendale, Arizona, where she teaches reading to 7th and 8th graders. My second daughter, Heidi, is 19, and she goes to Mesa Community College, and she works part-time at PetSmart. She loves animals, and she hasn't quite figured out what she's going to do yet, but she has certainly got a love for animals, and I think that's where she's going to go, is somewhere in the field that works with animals. And my youngest, my baby, is 15 years old. He's 6'2", and he's in 9th grade. His name is Ian, and Ian spends a lot of time on the computer. He learns a lot about the world. He's very intelligent, and he very opinionated, and he researches anything he's interested in. He knows a lot about a lot of things. I'm very proud of all of my children. We've also got a few pets. We've got a Pomeranian named Arwen, a Pomeranian Chihuahua mix named Fluffernutter, and an old Heinz 57 by the name of Sebastian. And we've got 3 cats. We've got Ron Weasley, who is a red, well, an orange tabby. And we've got Waffles, who is a yellow and white cat. And then outside we've got another cat who has a lot of different names depending on who's calling her. So she's a calico. We also have a lot of wildlife from nature of living in the desert, I think. We've got jackrabbits and foxes and coyotes and a lot of feral cats who wander through our yard, as well as the aviary life, the many birds, many kinds of birds that live here. And we really like it. Anyway, I am an MDiv student at CST. I was on an ordination track through the United Methodist Church, and I could not figure out why I needed to be ordained to do what I love to do. I couldn't figure out if I was supposed to be an elder or a deacon, and so in the end I discerned that that probably wasn't the track for me. So now I'm working on my MDiv with a focus pretty much in spiritual formation. I am interested in working with people in spiritual direction and with spiritual formation in a lot of different arenas. My personal spiritual path has been multivalent. I have traveled a lot of different roads, and though I'm in the United Methodist Church right now, I know that I've learned a lot in the other places that is useful, and I'm sure that you'll be hearing some of it as time goes by. As a hobby, I guess you could say I'm a writer. I love writing, and I write constantly. I could make a living at it if I could figure out how. I write poetry, and I read poetry at public readings. I write short stories and articles and blogs and just about everything you can think of. I do. I write, I say what I feel and what I think, and I hope that somewhere along the line somebody who reads my stuff agrees with me. And if they don't, I hope that I at least cause someone to take a moment and pause and think a little bit differently about the world because of something I've written. And I hope that it's in a positive way. I believe, excuse me, I believe that we do change. We change when we interact with God, and we change when we interact with one another. And this course, I think, affirms it. I think the things that we're going to be reading will affirm that. Certainly, this first book has affirmed to me the fact that something does change when we, in our brains, when we perform spiritual practices, especially on a regular basis. And I believe that in learning how this occurs, or certainly coming to understand that it does occur, and what it does to our bodies and to our minds, to our brains, can have a positive impact on the world. I think that through our interactions with one another, through our positive time that we spend with friends and with other people in the world, and through time we spend with God, we make our lives better, and we make one another's lives better. And I believe that as we come to understand this more and more, we can certainly make the world better. And I think that this class is just one of the many different ways that we can come to understand how that can be. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to learning whatever we can. I don't know enough about it or about readings to make suggestions or to even really have ideas about other ways I'd like to go with it. But I do know that I'm excited to read what we do have here and the many things that I know those who are more knowledgeable than I can suggest for us to read or view or listen to. I look forward to meeting some of you in person one day. I probably won't be on campus this semester more than once. That will be in February. And then next semester I will be also probably not coming to campus. I probably won't be on campus regularly again until spring of 2013. Because although I was on the track to graduate this May, my need to go back to work full-time changed all of that. And that's okay, because God can do something good with everything that happens. It's nice to meet you, and we'll talk soon. Good night.